lab 2, right? So in the previous laboratory, we have seen some basic steps, right? How to make use of the Vivado software to create the project, right? What is a simulator? What is the use of simulator? How do you make use of the simulator for checking the combinational circuits? That means forcing the constant input or forcing the clock frequency, correct? Then how to set 0, how to set 1, how to see the signed, unsigned. All those things we have seen in the previous lab session. We also created some simple circuits, some basic gates, correct? And then we put one conditional circuit also. If this is A equal to 0, load these values, or B equal to 0, load these values, right? So that we have seen now. Today we are going to continue our discussion. Today we can see some sequential, timing, clock-based control, clock-based operations, right? And then addition, subtraction, multiplication, all those things we will see in today's lab session. How many of you have completed that homework? I have given you for one practice, no? Very good.
Completed,
Anvisha,
sir.
oh, very
Yes,
nice.
sir.
Good, good. Okay.
Sir.
Very nice. Any doubt you can ask me, maybe later. We will go as per our plan today. You can ask me if any doubt is there in the previous homework or maybe today's lecture. Right. See, the Vivado is the very advanced tool. People are paying 25,000, 1 lakh to undergo a course for knowing the Vivado. Right. So you no need to worry about anything. I will take you to that level. That is my job, taking you to the industrial level. No need to spend anything. Just you spend your time with me, and then you spend some time with the computer for your practice. That much is sufficient. Just you listen all the lectures, you will be the master in the digital design and advanced interfaces, right? Fine. Before proceeding into next experiment, I would like to take you closer to the design concepts with the previous example, right? So I will transfer my screen now. I will transfer the screen, and then we will go in depth. I move further to take you closer to the digital design. Okay.
Yes.
Now is it fine? Now it is coming?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But I can't see you now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, no problem. Okay. So look here. You carefully listen this one now. Just one. I will close this one. I will open the previous project. Now can you able to see this my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 second. I will. Fine. Now you tell me what was our last experiment. I mean, not the homework. What was that experiment? Just you tell me. FPGA was there. I think we have given 2 inputs.
2 inputs were there.
One is A, B were there. What is size of B?
B was 8-bit.
8-bit. How many outputs were there?
2 outputs, sir.
Y1 and Y2. What is
Both
the
4 bits. Both 4 bits.
4 bits. What is the logic now? We have written something. No, if
Logic
A
was if A is equal to 1, then Y1 will be not of B30, which I have that statement written.
So if A is equals to 1, then the complement of the lower bit and the upper words would be shifted to Y1 and Y2 respectively. And if A is equals to 0, then the
no. A equal to 1, what is Y2? When A equal to 1, what is Y2?
when A equals to 1, then Y2 is upper word of the B.
Complement of upper words of
Complement of
complement of upper word.
Okay, right. When A equal to 0,
A equals to 0, then the
Upper was to Y1 and the lower was
Y2 would be the word up, lower
Y1,
word of the
Y1.
B.
Y1 is first Y1 is
Y1 is upper word of the.
okay, you okay.
When A equals to 0 or A equals to 1, what are you asking?
A equal to 0.
When A equals to 0, then the upper word of B would be shifted to Y1.
Y2 is lower word.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, you first you unmute your mic here. In addition to your sound, no, some background sound is jada aa rahe.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so this was our condition now, right? So we have made one simple design, right? Straight away writing this statement in our code, VHDL code. A equal to 1, Y1 is equal to B 3 down to 0 dash, Y2 equal to B 7 down to 4 dash, and A equal to 0 means if. This is the if condition, end if. A equal to 0 means Y1 equal to this one, Y2 equal to this one now, right? So this we have done. But how VHDL will take it? How this one will go to the FPGA and how it sits inside the FPGA? That is our interest today now. So whatever the application we have or whatever the application is given to us, we can convert it into sudden logic because we are familiar with the VHDL programming. So we can find the logic and we can write the VHDL programming. But how that logic or how that application, how that algorithm goes into the FPGA and how it sits inside the FPGA. Because we know the FPGA is made up of only the gates, some basic gates, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, or some flip-flops. Again, if you open the flip-flop, again it consists of gates only now, or some multiplexer, right, or some registers. This is what we call the CLP, right, CLP block, bolte. So our interest is now how the circuit is going into the lower level in the sense these are all the top level design. So top level we are writing the program in the software, but how it actually goes into the hardware now, because finally we are going to send this program into the hardware, targeted hardware or particular hardware, how that guy sits inside the FPGA, right? Which cell will be used for that? What all the resources will be taken from the FPGA to implement this logic, right? So since this is a simple example, you can straight away map your implementation with your logic. But when you go for 1000 lines program, when you want to develop some neurocontroller, or when you want to build some image processing, voice processing algorithm, it consists of so many lines, maybe 1000 lines, 10,000 lines. So which requires million gates, billion into billion gates. So lot of resource will be utilized there. So their mapping one-to-one is difficult, right? Mapping one-to-one by our naked eye is difficult. So by this simple example, we will understand how the tool will optimize the design into the hardware realization or hardware implementation now, right? So that is idea. So what I want to tell you now, there is one condition. If condition is there, if A equal to 1, this operation will be selected. If A equal to 0, this operation will be selected now, right? But we are not dividing anything here, right? We are feeding only B. Externally, we are feeding only B here. So internal algorithm has to divide. So this first word, the lowest word should go here, or upper word should go here, or complement of it should go there, or as usual it should go there. So all those things will be taken care by this algorithm. That means the tool will optimize this one into the hardware implementation now, right? So that is the idea now. That is we are going to see now. That what we called RTL. RTL in the sense register transfer logic or register transfer level. Register transfer level or logic. Register transfer level or logic now, right? That means the algorithm, the design that we made in the software will be converted into the some other form which is suitable for the hardware implementation now, hardware communication, hardware link now. You got the idea now? So this code will be converted into RTL level now, RTL logic, RTL in the sense register transfer level. That means your algo will be converted into the hardware now, will be converted into the hardware. So how the hardware will be taken place and how the hardware will be wired, how they will connected together, everything is by the sophisticated Xilinx or Altera tool now. In our case, it is a Xilinx tool now. So I'm sending you my screen. Look the screen here. So just you go to the design. So this is the design now. You look the design here. As usual, A, B are the input, Y1, Y2 are the output. Then we have written the program here. So process, you know what is process A comma B, begin. If A equal to 1, then Y1 equal to not of B3 down to 0, complement, Y2 also complement. Else Y1 equal to B7 down to 4, Y2 equal to 3 down to 0. Right, this is the design now. Now simulation is done. We have already verified the simulation result. So now I am going to third one, that is the RTL transistor. We will come back to the IP core, IP catalog and all later. Right. So this part is done. Simulation part is done. Now you are familiar for simulation. Next we are moving into RTL analysis. That means how this design will go into the hardware. I'm opening. Now you all of you open your software. All of you open your software in the system. Right? You are ready with the software, right?
Yes, sir. It's
Then
loading.
you go there. RTL, just to open this one. Open elaborate design. Open elaborate design. You see there are 4 options. Right? Report methodology, report DRC, schematic. The RTL analysis is there now. Just click there. Open elaborate design may just click, single click. Okay. Right. You look here. Look this diagram now. All of you can able to see my screen?
Yes.
Hello? Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Okay. So look here now. Look here. So this line now from here to here, from here to this whole is within FPGA. All these things within FPGA. This is actually FPGA now. You understand? So externally we are feeding the input. Right. Externally we are feeding the input there. So again I am drawing here. You look now. This is our FPGA. We are giving the external input A and B. We are getting the external output Y1 and Y2 now. We can return some program, right? We can return some program. That program is converted into this RTL logic now. This is the actual circuit which will be created inside the FPGA to implement or to realize this algorithm or whatever the VHDL code we have written, whatever the algorithm we have written will be implemented in the hardware in this way now. You look there, A, B. So A is a single bit, B is a vector of 8 bits. So the B is going here, the B is going here. So it is taking complement here, it is taking complement here, right? The B is also going directly here without any complement. It goes into this multiplexer. It also goes into this multiplexer. Then our A know that A goes as a selective line to this multiplexer, also a selective line to this multiplexer. So look there now. Look here. This is one multiplexer. You see how the logic is implemented now. Because FPGA does not have anything else other than the basic gates now. Like flip-flop, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, MUX, right? Again, MUX consists of some basic gates only now. So look there, that yes, A is acting here as the selective line now. Right, we did not tell anything. We did not declare the multiplexer. But all your if condition will be implemented as a multiplexer only in our VHDL, in the FPGA. Right. And the case statement is there. Case statement also will be implemented as the multiplexer only in the VHDL implementation now. So A is acting here as a selective line to 2 multiplexer. One multiplexer gets the the input lower word, see, look here, this one. So wherever the lower word is going now, this is the B, 7 down to 0. So here also it is coming lower word. Here also it is going lower word. Correct. So it is coming here, it is coming here, it is going here, it is going here now. Then you choose this one now. You see what are all the inputs into this one now? Right? One input is a complemented input. Right. Another one is the direct input. Another one is the direct input. One is 7:4. Another one is the 3:0. One is for Y1 के लिए, one is 7:4. Another one is 3:0. 3:0 is here. This one 3:0. This is 7:4. In the same way here also, one is 3:0. Another one is 7:4 now. 7:4 here. You can see here. 7:4 now. 3:0, 7:4 now. And direct it is coming here. 7:4 now. 3:0 here. You look now, the 3:0 is going into complement. For that multiplexer, 7:4 is going without complement. And here the 7:4 is going into the complement. Therefore, 3:0 is going into this multiplexer without the complement now. But we did not write the program at this level. We have written the program at the top level. But the tool is converting that logic into this type of implementation. This type of implementation. So all our design will be implemented by properly selecting the required resources that is available in the FPGA for its hardware realization. So further, you choose this one now. It will show you how many inputs are there, how many outputs are there, right? What is the size of input? What's the size of output? All those things will be displayed here. Choose this one. So this one is our total netlist. It means totally 25 are there. So choose here. If you choose B now, the B is totally 8. What is the track now? These are all the track. Because as I told you, this 2 is external pin. This 2 is the external pin now. So these are all the internal track now. So the B is routed from here to here and directly here. It goes here, it goes here. The length, width, everything is matter. But the kitna micrometer, kitna nanometer, what is this length, what is the thickness, everything is with respect to the target IC now. If you use pattern 3, it has different value. If you use vertex board, that has different value. But however, since we are choosing the target board in advance, automatically tool will optimize the line track thickness, length and track thickness. So next one is I'm choosing another line now, Y1. Choose Y1, Y1 is there now. Choose Y2, Y2. Y1 0, intermediate stage. Y2 0, intermediate stage. Then you choose this one. See that multiplexer now. Y1 RTL mux. Choose this one, second multiplexer. Choose this one, AND gate. Because it is an inverter. You look there, RTL W mux is the RTL language. RTL language. Like how we have used, we have written move A, 8, CPLD, L jump, decrement jump, no zero, right? No? These are all the keywords. So like that RTL underscore mux is the keyword to the VHDL. But we no need to use that keyword. We can directly write at the top level language or using the top level functions. Tool will take care of such a conversions. So there are 2 multiplexer and there are 2 inverters. So by choosing this one, appropriate devices will be shown or highlighted here now. So this is the way how it goes into the hardware implementation now. Right. So these are all important to when we use a huge number of components or the CLP blocks. We need to go for this type of analysis just to see which section is under this inverter, which section is under this multiplexer, or where is the magnitude comparator, where is the complement adder, where is the multiplexer, multiplier. So all those things will be seen or verified at the CLP level when we go for the RTL analysis now, right? Any doubt you can ask me. After some more examples, we will go to the route and place and route or floor planning, automatic floor planning, manual floor planning. All those things we will go in the subsequent lab sessions. Any doubt you can ask, right? Adder, subtractor, multiplier, All those things we will design today in one project, right? So this is my result. This is our FPGA. I'm taking here A, B, this is 4 bits, this is also 4 bits. Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, right, Y4, fine. The Y1 is equal to A plus B, and Y2 is equal to A minus B, and Y3 is equal to A plus B dash, and Y4 is equal to A dash plus B dash, right? Plus means straight away you can use the plus, right? Straight away you can use the plus now. So Y1 is the adder. Obviously it is a parallel adder, right? Obviously it is the parallel adder because A, B are both are available and simultaneously given into the FPGA now. But we don't have any control over that addition now because we are using the plus operator now. Then A minus B is the subtractor. Divider multiplier we will see in the next example. Then here again adder. Again this is the adder. You write the VHDL program now. You alter this program. I also will write here. You can refer my code, but you try. Now you know the logic. You try. Then I will introduce some more conditions later now. Now you make one adder and subtractor circuit.
So in the same project, or should we make a new one?
New project. Or you already copied this one and kept in the Word file, no?
Yes, sir.
And then you alter this one itself. Or if you want save it, you save it and open new project. No problem. All of you
Okay,
close
sir.
and open new project. Save it as a, maybe this is a test lab 1, lab 2, experiment 1, experiment 2.
Take a screenshot of the RTL design.
What?
Do we have to take the screenshot and post of the RTL design?
Keep it there. Keep it as one experiment. But anyway, as we progress, no, we are going to play with RTL. So you will be very familiar. Maybe RTL later you can stay.
Okay.
Right. To create new project and make the adder subtractor as given you now. I'm also writing. You can refer my code, but don't write as it is. You write in your own way.
So Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 will also be 4-bit vectors, right?
Y1, Y2 should be 1 bit additional, no? 1 bit extra chahiye na? Because to save the final carry.
So 5 bits total.
5 bits.
Okay. And Y3, Y4 also, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of that addition, we should have one more extra bit, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, we have to use the numeric library for this.
Yes, yes, yes. I will tell you, I will tell. That is what I want to show you now. Then just you hide it. In your design, no, you hide the Y2, Y3, Y4. And from the output port, no, remove the Y2, Y3, Y4 also. From the entity part, you declared no Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 as the output. Remove Y2, Y3, Y4 from there. Keep only Y1. Keep only Y1.
So, if we have written comma, like separated them using comma Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, then how to remove the 3 and just keep Y1?
That means second line. Another line you should write Y2, Y3, Y4 and put the
Okay.
command, this one, double dash.
Okay, sir.
So you can hide them. Double dash is here that remark statement. Okay. Now, two things I want to tell you. One thing is, how anybody completed the addition here? I mean, without any error. Nobody. Okay. Two error will be there. That is what I want to tell you. One is, we needed to add the library files, right? The default library files, what will be generated by the software when you create any project is not sufficient for all the operations. That is sufficient only for basic implementation. That means a gate level implementation. AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, multiplexer, right? So gate level realization can be done with the basic library files. But to go for some arithmetics, right? To go for some computation, we need to add the special library files. They are available there. So see my program. So these two library files are required to perform any arithmetic operations by default. Okay. So these two these two library files, library IEEE, library IEEE, use IEEE.stdlogic_1164.all. So these are all the default library files which will be created by the software when you create any new project. But these two we needed to add. Then only our software will understand plus, minus, int, slash. The operator plus, minus, star, and slash. These operators will be understood by the software when we add these two library file. So you all of you add these two library now. When you type there, use IEEE.std. See there, std. See the large library files, std logic 1164, std logic arithmetic, right? MISC, signed, Textio, unsigned, vector, ulogic, right? Unsigned logic, vector, right? So these are all the library files available. So one should use the library files whenever they are intended to do such operations. So for arithmetic operations, one should include the arithmetic arith.all and unsigned.all, because here we are going to deal the unsigned numbers. If you deal any signed number, then we have to add the signed.all.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, before starting the project, there was one comment called use IEEE.numeric.all. Why can't we use that library file? It was showing for operations you can use this for arithmetic operations.
Oh yes, you can use it.
But
You can
sir,
use,
when I tried to use that, it was the line was showing error. That's
see, 1 minute. That is the issue is that a numeric library file, no, it is the software specific. For example, IAC will support numeric.all, but Vivado will not support.
Okay, sir.
Understood? So that is a version, even a software and also version specific. So all the version will not support for all the library files. So that we should identify.
Okay, sir.
So here you use in this software, now use arith.all, unsigned.all for these operators. Okay. Fine. Then, so library files added now. Next you go down. So in our design, A comma B in, Y1 is the out. See the size of Y1. Y1 is the 5 bits here. Y1 is taken as 5 bits because we know that result will be Y1 is equal to A plus B, that A is in 4 bits and B is in 4 bits. Therefore, sum will be in 5 bits. Sum will be in 5 bits, 4 bit plus 4 bit. Sum will be in 5 bits. Now, I want to tell you two things here. One is, before going to this program, you listen now, the code is written something like this. Y1 is equal to A plus B. Correct, no? Y1 is equal to A plus B. A is 4 bit. B is 4 bit. But Y1 is 5 bit. Y1 is 5 bit, no? So this will automatically generate the syntax error. This will automatically generate the syntax error. Why it generates the syntax error? Reason is 4 bits we are going to add, but we are going to assign into 5 bits now. The operator does not know there will be a carry ke liye ek bit chahiye, right? These things does not know to the software now. So how we should write here? I got to add one A 0, then A plus 0 B. Therefore, I am making this is also in 5 bits. This is also in 5 bits. Therefore, the result will be in 5 bits. Because I know the sum of this value will never exceed the 5 bits. But software does not know. Understood, no? Or if you add only here, if you take Y1 also in 4 bits, then your carry will not be stored here. And you will get the wrong result. Suppose if you add 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 1, 1, 1, then your Y1 will be 0, 0, 0, 0. Because the last one ke liye space nahi hai na idhar. So your Y1 will not carry the end of carry. Therefore, you will be resulted into wrong answer. Therefore, I am concatenating one 0 with A, here one 0 with B, so that a 5 bit can be added with another 5 bits and the result can be stored with another 5 bits now. That means if you add here 3 bits plus 3 bits, result should be in 3 bits. This length and this length should be equal here in the result where you are passing your result, final sum now. But since we know here 4 bits plus 4 bits should be stored in 5 bits, that is the algorithm, correct? No, adder algorithm. Therefore, I'm appending 0 here, I'm appending 0 here, right? Appending 0 in the sense 0 single code mein that AND symbol A plus 0 AND symbol B, that's all. So that means the 0 is appended with A here, the 0 is appended with B here. Therefore, it becomes a 0A plus 0B. The A is the actual binary representation of the magnitude of A and B is the actual magnitude. Therefore, this is in 5 bits, this is in 5 bits, result also will be in 5 bits now. So you see how I have written this one. So this is also the error you might have got. So look here how I have managed this one. Y1 is equal to open bracket, another bracket, within single code 0 and A close bracket plus open bracket 0 and B close bracket close bracket.
Sir,
Ah,
why did you? Okay, sir.
now you save the program. Still, do you get any error? If no error, move to the simulation. And then check your sum. You give different value to A and B, run the program, and you check whether you're getting the sum or not. All of you go to the simulation stage, then simulate your program. Whether you are getting the result or not, you check there. You don't refer my screen, you do it in your screen. You check, give different value of A, give the clock input. One bit make it is a clock input, then you check all the possibilities.
Sir, I'm unable to change the value of A and B, sir. Can you
Yeah.
tell me one?
A and B where?
In waveform, sir.
See, first you restart it. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Restart your design first. Then
Okay,
keep
sir.
the A is there, no? Keep your
Yes,
cursor
sir.
there.
Okay, sir.
Then right click.
Okay, sir.
This is coming. The one window is appearing there.
Ah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Force constant.
Okay, sir.
Then you can give in hexadecimal or you can give in binary. Change it to binary.
Okay, sir.
Then you give there 0, 0, 1, 1, whatever the value you want to.
Okay, sir.
Then okay. So like that you feed the value for B.
Okay, sir.
Understood? No?
Ah, okay, sir.
Okay, right.
Completed, sir.
Very good. You give the different inputs and then you check.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So,
Ah,
so I'm receiving syntax error files.
syntax error.
Yes, sir. After entity lab, I've given the project name lab2_1. So after the entity, when we write the codes, after that and the lab we write now. There I'm getting syntax error. Like the line, the 10th line, sir, in your file, and the project 51_51. I'm getting syntax error there.
No, no. See, you compare your program is like this, no, in the same order, no.
Yes, sir. Same order, sir.
I'm not getting you. Where do you get architecture behavior? Is there is no any error?
So above that line, above architecture.
Here.
This line, sir.
That the
And-
semicolon is there. This bracket is there. Close bracket is there. Lost.
Oh yes, sir. Last, yes, sir.
That you put there. Maybe that
Yes.
one only. Okay.
Yes, that one. Was. Thank you,
Ah.
sir.
Okay.
Sir, in my case, it shows fatal error while simulation.
What? It is showing?
It shows a fatal runtime error was detected. Simulation cannot continue.
Simulation cannot continue. You reset and then you try. But don't give this one. I mean run all. Don't press run all.
Okay, sir. I will redo it.
Press run for 1 picosecond. Because run all means you should give certain number of clocks, no. Then only it will have meaning. To run it to that much time. Just to click this one. Run for 1 picosecond wala. All of you practice for this one, then we move to subtractor.
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, while running this simulation, sir, I got this one dialog box that stating the process cannot access the file because it is being used by another process.
That means already your this simulation is on. I mean, two
Then what to
projects
do,
are
sir?
on. Close that one project. Two projects are on. 2 times now your simulation box is on. The simulator
Okay, okay.
tool. Close that one. Only it should be one time only.
Okay, sir.
Any doubt you ask me, then we move into subtractor. Fine. Let us move into subtraction, or do you need time?
So just 1 minute running the simulation.
Okay,
Forcing
no,
values.
no problem, no problem. Practice. All of you practice.
Sir, in my case, it's still showing runtime error.
Normally it should not come. No runtime error. You first no, it has come to simulation stage, right? The window was open, right?
Yes, window open and
You forced
close
the values
automatic.
also.
Yeah, after forcing value, it shows error on log
After
file.
forcing value, you run for only 1 nanosecond. This one only you are using, right? See my screen. Run for 1 microsecond.
I'm using this.
Then if you click one click, no, I mean if you click left click one time, what happens?
It shows an error and it does not go forward.
No, it should not come, no. The niche, no, there is a one console is there, no TCL console window.
Yes, sir.
What is coming there? Any red color message is coming there?
Yeah, red color message.
That means your syntax error is there in the program.
Okay, sir.
Go to the program again.
you
check.
Can you show your program?
Though, you see now, this is the program. If there is any underline, red color underline, no, then error is there.
Yes, sir. Red color underlines. There are no red color underlines.
No red color, no any red color underlines here. Okay, maybe at the end we will discuss. You share me your window, we will discuss at the end. Maybe tool issue then.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right.
So I have one doubt. I did the simulation, it is working fine, but since we have written the code as A minus B, so if the value of A is less than B, the result
that is no, that is we are going to discuss now. That is we are going to discuss now. Huh?
Okay.
Okay, right. Okay. Now, no doubt in the addition, right? Right. Now we are going to discuss the subtraction now, right? See, we know the method of subtractions in the software, right? Digital. So y is equal A minus B now. Y equal to A minus B now. The A may be greater than B, or A may be equal to B, or A may be less than B. A may be less than B now. Correct, no? If A is greater than B, then straight away this result, no? Straight away this result will be the actual magnitude. Actual magnitude. For example, 6 minus 3 equal to 3. 6 minus 3 equal to 3, right? And then the A equal to B, no? A equal to B means then 6 minus 0, that is equal to 6 only now, right? But A less than B may, the 2's complement issue will be there. 2's complement issue will be there because we know the subtraction happens only in the 2's complement. It happens only in the 2's complement now, right? So suppose if you take here 6 minus 9, one example, 6 minus 9. 6 ke liye you take as it is 0, 1, 1, 0. What is a 9? 1, 0, 0, 1. Take its 2's complement 0, 1, 1, 0. Add 1 now 0, 1, 1, 1. Correct. Then you add this value with this number 0, 1, 1, 1. You add here, right? 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. So 1 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. This bit is a 0 no now. If this bit is a 0 in the sense, 1 will be here to indicate that is a negative minus sign. This is a minus sign actually now. Minus sign now. So in the signed number, this will be represented something like that. 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. 1, 1, 0, 1. This 1 will indicate that There is a negative number. There is a negative number now. Then obviously we should take the 2's complement of this number to get the original magnitude now, right? That means if I take the 2's complement here again, 0, 0, 1, 0, add 1 now, 1, 1, 0, 0. That means the result is minus 3. Result is minus 3. But if you allow your software to see it in the signed number, I mean the decimal number, normal decimal number, it will show like this. It will show like this in the sense 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. What is the magnitude? This is equal to 29. This is equal to 29. You see there 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. The result is equal to 29. So you will be seeing as the 29. You will be seeing it as the 29 now. So we have to change our scale now. This one is there now. This step, we have to change the radix number and we have to see there. Your VHDL program will not take the second 2's complement. VHDL program will not take the second 2's complement. It will show the result as it is. We have to take the 2's complement just by comparing the magnitude now. Now we will see one example. There you will understand. Go to the main program. Just you add now one more thing. Here also you add y2. Because our earlier program was written for only y1 now. So you add for y2, y1 comma y2. y1 comma y2. Out ST logic vector 4 down to 0. Then you add here same. y2 is equal to 0 concatenation A minus 0 concatenation B. Then save your program. Save your program. Go to the run. Go to the run now. Give different values. First you give. First A is greater than B. Feed one value and check the result. Run the program and check.
So could you repeat the sentence which you wrote, the condition for A equal to B?
Where you are telling? You mean here?
Yeah, in the page, yes, sir.
A equal to B means it's only 6 will come. 6 minus 0.
Yes, yes.
So directly 6 will come.
Okay, sir.
A equal to B means 6 minus 6 is 0 will come.
That's what was confusing.
Correct. A minus 0 means A will come. Correct. 6 minus
Yes,
6 is 0, 0. Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So when you give A equal to B, when you give A is greater than B, it's coming now. All of you do this one, and what is the number you are getting?
So what was the radix you said for y2?
Actually, now you check in the unsigned number.
Unsigned decimal, right, sir?
Ah,
Okay. Yes, sir, it is proper. 31, sir.
how much you got?
31, sir.
31. Right. The 31 will be your result actually here in our VGSTL programming. You change the radix number, put it in the binary form. The Y2 no, before that all of you are in sync with me or what? You all are in sync with me, right? We are all are
Yes, sir.
talking about Y2 only
Yes,
now.
sir.
Y2 only now.
Yes, sir.
So go to Y2. That Y2 now you right click, go to radix, select a binary number. This is the actual output of the subtractor. The unsigned, signed and all is we are changing and seeing the result in some other form. Right? But a subtractor will give you this result only. This is the result of the subtractor. How this result has come? How the result has come? You apply the 2's complement method and then you tell me what is the result for 6 minus 7. Because I
So
told you
31 in binary is 1 1 1 1 1.
why the 31 is coming.
Sir, binary is in 1 1 1 1. When we subtract means add the 2's complement of 6, then we get it.
Yes, correct. Because the subtraction will happen only in the addition. That means the 2's complement addition. So VGSTL does not know this number is greater number, this number is lesser number. So the second number 2's complement will be taken, that will be added with A, then the result will be produced, that's all. But our job is we have to check the end of our EOC. If the EOC is 0, understand, then we have to take the 2's complement and put the negative sign now. You got the idea now? So you check with some other number, you feed some other number and binary. Or to analyze our result, as Magna said, you can see it in the signed number also now. Go to radix and then signed decimal, you will get the result there. See 6 minus 7 minus 1. Nine minus 7, 2.
So when the 5-digit binary comes, when we change it to binary, we have to leave the MSB and take 2's complement of the rest of the 4 digits, right?
What is your question?
So when we, if we convert when the result is in binary, at that time 5 bits are there, right? So in
Correct.
this, we have to leave the 5th bit, right?
We should leave the 5th bit. Correct.
Leave the 5th bit and take 2's complement of this. The remaining 4 bits.
Remaining some value. Correct.
Okay. So, but in this line, okay. Sorry. Right. Okay. Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. You check for different possibilities like this.
Sir, I'm getting the answer, sir, but I'm getting in y1 only minus operation will come, sir.
What? Y1 may?
In y1 only a minus b will coming, sir.
That means your program is written such a way that you go and see there.
No, sir, I did it. I wrote the same y1. I given y1 and y2 also, sir. It's the same like that only, sir.
Your program is written now. Y1 is equal to a plus b.
Yes,
Y2 is equal to a minus b. ऐसा लिखा था ना?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So the y2 also included in the entity.
Yeah, yes, sir.
But you are getting the subtraction result in y1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No. You are Magna, right?
Mamata, sir.
Mamata. See, Mamata. No. You go to y1, right click.
Yes, sir.
Go to radix.
Okay, sir.
Choose unsigned number. Choose unsigned number for that. Y1.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now it will not be negative result.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That means instead of Y2, you have chosen Y1, this signed number.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Have you
Thank
got
you,
it,
sir.
no?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Fine. Any doubt?
Sir, it is
Yeah.
an error. Just it is showing from in the signed form -16. It is an error of Vivado.
No. Minus 16. What is that? Minus 16.
In the plus addition, in the addition.
No.
it is showing-
No. That means you have selected. You go there and choose unsigned number. Y1, no.
Yes, sir.
Right click, go to radix, choose unsigned decimal. Got it now? Hello?
Sir?
Got
Yes,
got
sir.
it? Okay, right. See, this is no actually the unsigned, signed, what is that? The hexadecimal, string, all those things are just for our understanding. But there is no any such a display in the binary. Everything will be in binary only.
Sir?
Hmm.
I have selected signed signed decimal numbers and applied inputs A is equals to 10 and B equals to 15. Still, I'm getting the output as 9. This is strange.
You are getting signed input means where you have chosen input or output.
All are in decimal, signed decimal numbers.
No, you have chosen in for A, B signed decimal number.
Yes, sir. And output is also in signed decimal.
No. That means that only this is applicable only for output, not for the input. For input, when sign bit should be separately dealt. No,
Okay.
the MSB bit should be separately dealt. Otherwise, it will take it as magnitude only.
Okay, that's why I'm getting the wrong answer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any questions on this one? Okay. Now,
Sir,
yes, ask me.
sir, in the signed one, it is showing -16 because of the padding of 0 we done in the program. Is it that way, na?
No, yes.
You are padding with the 0.
Yes.
And it
Then
is
that
getting
means
0 as a negative number.
Yes. But otherwise also no. Even if the 0 is not there, then your MSB will be taken as signed bit. That 0 is there, no? Some other 0 will be there, no? Anyway at MSB place. So that will be taken as a signed bit.
Sir? I've changed them to hexadecimal numbers, but still I'm getting 9. 10 minus 15 is coming out to be 9.
1 second, you tell me what is your A now?
A is 10
A is 10, okay.
and B is 15.
15. You are adding these
Yes,
two.
F. Yes, sir, subtracting these two.
Subtracting these two. What is that? A is 10,
10 and 15.
You apply the two's complement. What is the result? You are subtracting 10 from 15, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You apply the two's complement for 15 and then you add it.
Yes, sir, but the VHDL should show the 2's complement of that number. No? Even in signed number, it should.
No, finally, no. 1 0 is that 0 also you add. 1 0 0 is there, no, in our program. With
Yes.
that 0 you process. With that 0 you process. When you take 2's complement, there is 1 0 also, no?
Yes, sir.
With that 0 you process. You will get done.
But sir, the VHDL should show the correct answer in signed binary form, signed decimal form, na?
Signed decimal form, 2's complement output only will come, no? 1 second,
Okay,
1 second.
sir.
I will do here. I will do here. You tell me your
Yes, sir.
force constant. What you are giving there? You are giving 10, no?
10.
10 you are giving for A. 1 0 1 0 you are feeding, and for B
F.
we are getting -5, no, here.
No, sir, I'm getting 9 here.
No, that means you change your these things. No, maybe some issue in your radix number.
Okay,
So
sir.
that somewhere some error is there. We are getting -5 here. You check your things then. Maybe somewhere some error, huh? Here
Sir,
-5
all
is
other
checking, no.
are coming to be correct.
How did you fed the input? You tell me. F of you applied or what? 0 F.
A and F.
Yeah.
A
0
and
A.
F.
0 A type करो. 0 A 0 F.
Okay, okay.
हाँ. Or you give binary input. 0 A 0 F type करो.
Okay, I'm trying, sir.
हाँ. These are all some. I mean, the way how you feed the input, no, it will give you result. Vivado will never do mistake, man. FPGA and Vivado will never do mistake. We only do the mistake. Software
Excuse
will
me, sir.
never.
Sir, suppose in Y1, if I'm instead of appending 0, if I append 1, then it would be considered as a signed bit addition.
No. Because just straight away you are adding, no. It will add
Okay,
its
sir.
a magnitude only. Until unless you declare it is a signed bit. I mean, in your algorithm, you should take it as a signed bit.
Okay, sir.
Other to take this magnitude only. Okay, good. We will continue now. Multiplication division we will baat mein karenge. Now I will put some conditions. You should write and give me now. This is FPGA. There are
Sir?
three inputs.
So in this, the answer like it came 31. Sir, so how can we make it print the original answer?
Acha, you are almost 30 minutes behind us, man. 1 second. Go there. This is there, no? This option. Can you able to see my mouse?
Yes, sir, I did it.
Fine. Very good. Fine. Now, shall I move? Do we move into next example? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, there are one input. A is the input. And here B, C also the input. This is 4-bit. This is also the 4-bit. This is 4-bit. This is also the 4-bit. Right? What I am going to do now, I will have here Y1. I will have here input Y1. Right. Sorry, output Y1. Output. These are all the input. The A is the 2-bit. A is the 2-bit now. Right? Now, the condition is this is one more input, reset. Another input is reset. Right. Clearly listen the objective now. A is one input. I'm giving reset. This is a select, SEL, select. Select is input of 2 bits. Reset is 1 bit. B is 1 bit. C is 1 bit. Inputs 4-bit now. Y1 is the output now. Now, the condition is if reset is equal to 0, if reset is equal to 0, if reset is equal to 0, the output should be refreshed to 0. output should be refreshed irrespective of the condition. Whenever I apply the reset pin, means whenever I apply the reset pin, reset equal to 1 you take. Whenever I make the reset pin 1, then the output should become the 0. It should be cleared. There should not be any output, right? Otherwise, when RST reset equal to 0, RST is equal to 0, then the Y1 is equal to B plus C if A has odd number of ones. Odd number of ones. If A has the odd number of ones, Y1 is equal to B plus C if A has the odd number of ones. Otherwise, Y1 is equal to B dash plus C dash if, I mean not otherwise, if A has even number of ones. Even number of ones. Even number of ones. And Y1 is equal to A minus B if A equal to 0. If A is equal to 0. If A is equal to 0. Design the VHDL circuit for this one now. You understand the question now? Any doubt you ask me now? We have another 20 minutes. You all of you do. I also will do here, but you all of you do, and then we will compare. Any doubt in the question?
Could you repeat it once again, please?
Oh, that A in the place of A, no, you write select SEL.
Okay, sir.
B C. This is BC SEL. If SEL has SEL. I'm repeating. There is a reset pin, RST, right? Whenever the RST is 0, then output should be refreshed. It is a clear pin, like clear pin. Whenever RST is 0, Y1 should become 0, right? Whatever the earlier value. If RST is equal to, RST equal to 1 means reset. If RST equal to 0, this is the reset. If RST is equal to 0, Y1 is equal to B plus C if select has odd number of ones. Odd number of ones means 0, 1 or 1, 0. Right? Odd number of ones. Otherwise, Y1 is equal to B dash C dash, B dash plus C dash if select has even number of ones. 1, 1. Even number of ones. Otherwise, Y1 is equal to B minus C if A equal to 0. If A equal to 0. That's all. Do this one.
And sir, Y1 is a vector of size 4.
5 bits. 5 bits. 5 bits. You write this program. So now you should think the logic, because the RST is the master control now. Everything should execute within the control of RST only now. Because, correct? No, because RST should not be controlled by anything else. Everything will be controlled by RST only. If RST equal to 0, then the Y1 should be reset. Y1 equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Else, then other conditions will come. All of you understand? Mamata, understand the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. I also will write here. You also will do. You can refer my code, but don't copy it as it is.
So I have one question.
Ah.
So when we start writing the code, if suppose we have to change the sources, how can we change those sources or edit those sources?
Sources means you mean entity you are telling?
Yes.
You see see the way how I have written. You can delete there, you can add there. B comma C. You see my entity.
Yes, sir. So no, I'm not asking in this. I'm asking the window which we use to add sources when we start the
Oh,
process.
acha, there you are telling in the beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Add source,
Yes, sir.
add or create constraints.
Okay.
They click it.
Okay.
Correct? No, next.
Yes, sir.
Then you see there, create file.
Yes.
There you click.
Okay, sir.
Then there is a file name, no?
Yes.
Give that file name.
Okay, sir.
Okay, karo.
Yes, sir.
And then it will come.
Okay,
ऐसा ना
so
अभी?
तो मतलब जो सोर्सेस हम लोगों ने पहले दिए थे उनको चेंज करने के लिए ये प्रोसीजर है ना?
No, this is just to add one new entity.
No, sir. I'm not asking about entity, sir.
Ah,
See, we have used the variables B, C, select, RST.
correct.
So if we want to change those things, how to change them?
No. Here itself you can change, no? The entity here itself you can change.
Okay. So
No
there
need
is
to go
no
to that
need.
window.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Here itself we can change.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Use your own logic and write. Don't copy this one. We will discuss your logic with this one.
In the second condition, in which we have to add B naught and C naught,
Yes.
we have to concatenate one bit. Then we will concatenate 1 or 0 with 4 bits of 4 and C.
No, straight away. Already you concatenated, no? That you take the whole complement. Acha, you are telling that 0 ke liye.
Yes, sir.
Bring it 0 outside. 0 concatenation
Zero.
not off. Correct. You are
Okay,
correct.
okay, sir.
You are correct. Okay. I am done.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
You can see this program. See my program. I am running. Just you see now. How many of you have completed? That I want to see first. No problem. I
Yes, sir, done.
if you have really done, it is very nice. It is very nice. Otherwise, also it is very, very nice. No problem. Because just now we are a newly born baby, no, to this field. So it will take some time to walk, crawl, walk, run. No problem. So just you compare your logic with this logic. This is the, I'm again and again I'm telling you, there are so many ways to the design, right? So don't follow only to the one design. Use your knowledge, use your brain. You make your own design, right? You see my logic. So the entity part, you look now, entity part. Look the entity part. I'll make it thoda bada.
Sir,
Ah,
sir, select is a 2-bit input, right?
correct. Mamata, you see that program, you will understand. Then you ask me the question. Vaishnavi, mathematics class kiya nahi kiya aaj?
We didn't get messages until now, sir.
Okay, then maybe another 5 minutes we will finish. Just you look the design. You look the design.
sir,
And this is the greater than or this is not equal to slash equal to no. This is the not equal to. Not equal to symbol.
Sir, why did we not take select as a 2-bit vector?
Why we did not take?
The select one as a 2-bit vector means.
Oh, that is fine. That is fine. Oh, I have taken in 4 bits. That we can take it as 2-bit, no problem. 1 down to 0 only. You are fine. Nothing will happen. You can take.
sir,
You are correct. Yes.
sir, launch simulation failed due to earlier errors पे क्या करना है sir?
Due to
Earlier errors.
delete the simulation. Start a new simulation after saving this design. See, you are making the design here, right? You have to save it here. Then only this program will be taken into the tools. This one, you have to save it here. Now you look this one. I'm making it big. Just for your idea. See here, I put everything in the sensitive list. Select B, C, RST. I'm checking if RST is equal to 1, then Y1 should be 0. Y1 should be 0, right? That is the first condition now. So whenever RST goes to Y1, it will be 0 now. Just you see the simulation result. You see here, now the Y1, see earlier value of Y1 is 1100, then 011 and all, no? So when I make the reset equal to 1, immediately the Y1 is refreshed now. Are you getting my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the first condition. That is the primary condition now. That is why it is there now. That is why this is there in the top. That means everything will execute based on the reset value only now. If reset equal to 1, then this will execute. Remaining this, all the things will not be executed. In fact, we don't want also, because once a reset is applied, then the Y1 should be reset to 0 now. That is why it is written if RST equal to 1, then Y1 is equal to 0, 0, 0. Else, if RST is 0, then we are going inside to check the status of selection lines. if S selection of 0 is not equal to selection of 1, is not equal selection of 1, in the sense neither LSB bit may be 1 or MSB bit may be 1. Both will not be 0. Both may be 0. Right. Both may be 1. In that case, this will not execute. If both are not equal, then it will go there and it will execute. Either LSB is 1 or MSB is 1. Whatever it is, it will have only odd number of ones. Therefore, we are straight away adding them. Y1 equal to B plus C. Otherwise, there are two chances are there. Right? If both are not equal, then both may be 0, 0 or both may be 1, 1. Both may be 0, 0 or both may be 1, 1 if they are not equal. Right. If both are 0, 0, then we have to perform the subtraction. Otherwise, definitely they will be equal, 1, 1 only. Therefore, you take the not of B, not of C, and then you add them. End if, this if ke liye, here one end if, this if ke liye, here one end if, and this if ke liye, here one end if. This process is end process. That's all.